What's up? Vermisi over here, back at it again with another React Andy. Been a while. I'm trying to get back into doing them, even though it's so hard. I have to sit down. I have to watch a 20-minute video and react Andy to it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So shimping for Carmelo Anthony, or as I like to call him, caramelized onion. Carmelo Anthony, the 17-year-old who went to a track meet, went into a tent that he wasn't supposed to go into, refused to leave even after being asked 15 times, instigated a fight himself, then shanked somebody, and caused the game ending of a fellow 17-year-old student. Now, those are the facts. Now, I used to be like one of those people who were like, oh, if I think someone's guilty, if they're pleading that they're guilty of the crime, we should let them live. And if they plead not guilty, then maybe not. Nah, I think I'm just kind of fed up. I think we should just normalize game ending people, like execute criminals. They're criminals. Like, if you game end somebody's life, it's only fair that you also forfeit your life. Now, of course, there's always, like, special circumstances, but I believe this is one of the circumstances that is, the case. But I don't believe this video is about that. I'm pretty sure the people defend him. No different than people defending and, being like, oh, St. Floyd, Lord of the Fentanyl, oh. The man that, held a pregnant lady at gunpoint and then OD'd in fentanyl. But then everyone's just like, no, guys, he was actually gaming it by a cop because the cop did a thingy. And the thingy that he did actually couldn't have even hurt him, but that's besides the point. Obviously, he still did it.
So Carmelo Anthony is being sentenced to 35 years of first-degree murder of Austin Metcalf. This happened about a year ago, and he just got sentenced here on June 9th. In some quote-unquote ghetto...
Crazy that it took a whole year just to make that happen. One whole year of waiting time and effort just for sentencing. Well, why is it always, like, the extremely publicized stuff takes forever? I swear, none of it ever is fast. Anytime a story gets big, and it's about a trial, usually the trial, like, lasts a year, maybe like 3 years. But then every single one that's never publicly talked about, it takes, like, maybe a month. Why is that? Why?
People are having an absolute outrage at this.
The judge.
Crazy eyes. I don't think I saw a nose ring, but you can tell crazy eyes there.
In this case, that it was not.
Yeah, why are you throwing stuff at us? What the hell is that? All right, well, they're throwing water bottles at us while we're recording.
So most of these videos were taken at the courthouse during the trial, and we'll get more into these clips, but first, let's recap exactly what was going on and what the witnesses had said it went on during the trial.
He testified, quote, Carmelo said, you will have to move me. Austin put his hand on his back. I saw Carmelo's hand go in the backpack. We're at a track meet. I wouldn't expect anything to be in there, Carmelo said. Touch me. You'll have to move me and find out.
Yeah. Bro is provoking a fight. Imagine provoking a fight, game ending somebody, and then only getting life in prison. No, just get rid of him. I don't care. Oh, no, guys, he was 17. Yeah, man. Call me Carson was 19 dating a 17-year-old. He had his life ruined. Why not the difference for this guy? He's only 2 years away. Right? What's the issue? It's not that bad. I mean, the fact is, he game ended somebody.
So the synapse that I'm getting is that they were at a track meet, a high school track meet. The Metcalf twins, Austin being the deceased twin, they came into the tent later on while Carmelo was already there. And Carmelo didn't belong there. It wasn't his team's track tent. An altercation occurred and he was told to leave. A witness said that Carmelo said, touch me, you'll have to move me and find out, while reaching into his backpack, and nobody suspected him to have anything because it's a school track meet.
Yeah, of course. You don't expect something bad to happen until the bad thing happens, especially if you believe that where you are is safe. That's why I always assume the worst in people. So, quite literally, if I'm walking down the road or I'm cycling down the road, if I see a car oncoming, I veer as far away off the road as possible. I try and stay on like the side of as much as possible, if not even go into the dirt, because I don't trust them. I don't trust anybody. Always believe that the other always believe, especially on the road, always believe that a stranger you don't know is malicious. That's kept me safe, kept me alive. I've never gotten any issues with somebody because I've always just believed someone was malicious. And instead of me provoking a fight, I would just go on my way to, you know, not have that happen. And here I am. I have had, as a cyclist for 3 years, I've had 0 road rage stories. Beautiful, isn't it? And Donut Operator says to punch a cyclist.
Then what happens? The prosecutor asks. The witness says Austin put his hand on him and falls back. How was Austin trying to move him? The witness says it was him trying to move him off his seat, a soft shove.
So essentially put his hand on his shoulder and try to gesture him out of the tent, maybe even shoving him a little bit, and he gets stabbed for this.
A 16-year-old testified that, quote, Anthony repeated, F y'all, I'm not going to leave. He said Anthony also threatened, touch me and see what happens, while Metcalf told him, I'm not going to fight you. And then notably, this was big over the weekend, one of the defense's own witnesses during cross-examination said, quote, I think Carmelo was in the wrong. Prosecutors added, did Carmelo Anthony provoke the confrontation? The witness answered yes.
Provokes a fight, shanks a guy, Gaiman's the guy, only life in prison. Nah. Just get rid of him. I don't think, you know, I don't know what my tax hours are going for, but I know that every single, like, I know at least 10 pennies are probably going to some guy in prison. Every single, I know that. So I think the less people we have in prison, the better, because less taxes equals more money. More money equals more things I can do and I can have fun with, instead of having to pay for a man or a guy or a girl or anybody that has committed crime, especially crime of game ending. I don't want my money to go great game ending man or game ending woman. I think I want my money to go to somebody that maybe did a little bit wuggy and, you know, got caught. Oh no.
Now the state rested after calling 21 witnesses. Now the defense presenting their case. We're expected to hear from more of their witnesses today.
So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I'm trying to lay down something for you guys, because the people that are defending Carmelo Anthony's actions are saying that he acted in self-defense, when this clearly is not what the case is.
Yeah. And people say don't contribute ignorance to malice. Or, yeah, don't contribute ignorance to malice. I mean, I would, you could also say don't contribute idiocracy to malice. No, I believe that if you are ignorant, if you are that idiot, if you are that much of an idiot that you don't even know the basic facts of a situation, you are just intentionally being malicious. I feel like that is like the worst saying that has ever came to be, because a lot of people use that as like, guys, they don't know better. They really don't know. Wow. Well, that's, you know, that's funny. It's not like we're in the 1980s where all you have is newspapers and hoping CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC is telling you the truth. You got the internet. You got like tens of thousands of independent journalists that exist for every kind of niche, where you can learn about anything on both sides of situations. I mean, this is a public court hearing with a public statements that are being written down. And nobody's even denying the fact. Not one single witness denies the fact that Carmelo provoked it. And yet you have all these idiots that are just like, no, guys, just a kid, he did wrong. No, he didn't. He did.
21 witnesses are against him, saying that he just...
Yeah, 21 witnesses. You're telling me 21 witnesses are against caramelized onion. And you have all these people being like, guys, no, they're wrong. All 21 of those people, they just don't know what they saw. They don't believe their lying eyes and ears. It didn't happen. This is just conspiracy.
Stabbed the guy after refusing to leave the tent. One of the witnesses that were actually supposed to be defending him in his favor said that he did start the altercation and was in the wrong.
Oh, rip. Womp womp. Too bad.
Was there any reason you saw for Carmelo Anthony to stab Austin Metcalf? Answer, no. Prosecutor, was Carmelo Anthony acting in self-defense? Answer. No, that's lethal force against non-lethal force. Defense attorney, do you remember in your written statement saying Austin put his hand on his shoulder, I guess Carmelo Anthony's shoulder, to intimidate? Student, yes, more of a warning. Actions speak louder than words.
That's right. Apparently putting your hands on somebody's shoulder is considered an intimidation tactic that requires you to be stabbed in the neck. Anyways,
yes it is. Same thing with touching a woman's knee. If you're that intimidated by a guy touching you, you just need to touch grass more. Get a life. Actually interact with people. Humans are social creatures. We are social through our body language, our mouth, our eyes, and by physical contact. Yeah. That like, oh, that's like creating a scene at the club and then being surprised that you have like 2 bouncers picking you up and throwing you outside. Wow. Whoa, guys. I was being an asshole and I'm getting punished for my actions? No! No!
I'm not sure if these people that were here to defend him actually knew what happened, if they're just here to just kill time, because a lot of them act like they don't know exactly what happened, or they're just feigning ignorance. I mean, you can't know exactly what's going on inside of the courthouse.
Always attribute ignorance to malice. It's 2026. Everyone has a phone. I don't care if you have a flip phone. I don't care if you have an iPhone 8. Maybe you even have a Galaxy S10. You have that dinosaur phone. You know what all those phones have? The internet. Even flip phones. You can purchase a flip phone and you'll still have access to the internet. You'll still be able to search up stuff on that phone. And all these people are just choosing not to do that.
If you're standing outside of it protesting instead of trying to monitor the situation.
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do?
Look it up. Do your research.
What? I'm lost for it. I don't know.
Go on the internet.
I got 5 boys.
Go on the internet.
I ain't got nothing to tell them no more.
How about don't bring a knife to a track meet and then stab somebody with it? You could tell them to do that. I think the problem is that you guys aren't telling your kids to do this stuff.
You can't walk away no more.
Yes, you can. That is the problem. The fact that he didn't walk away and instead stabbed somebody, that is the problem.
Walking away is always an answer unless you choose to walk away and you have somebody aggressing you. Like if Carmelo Anthony was going to walk out of the tent, but then when the students pushed him out or grabbed him by the shoulder to then like push him, that's sure, that's a bit of aggressive, but but the fact is that that's that even that behavior would not give you the right to pull out a knife and stab a guy.
Was told multiple times to leave and he just did not leave. Witness testimony. Witness says Anthony repeated, "Fuck y'all, I'm not gonna leave." Witness says Anthony also threatened, "Touch me and see what happens." Witness says the Metcalf twin told him, "I'm not gonna fight you." So this guy had multiple chances to just leave, and he decided to be a problem. I see now why they charged him with first degree and not third degree or manslaughter, because he probably was meditating the murder while they were telling him to leave.
Fun fact, in Texas, where this took place, you do not need to think of like doing the crime beforehand. There doesn't need to be any evidence of that. So under Texas law, basically even committing a homicide out of like a heat of passion moment, that could be considered murder. I mean, this isn't even a heat of passion murder. Again, bro just got his shoulder lightly tapped, and then he's just like, "Okay, I'm going to RDM you. I played Gma TTT. This is fine, yeah?"
He was not an aggressor. Carmelo was not an aggressor.
This is why I wonder if these people actually did research into what they're talking about, or if they're just talking
No,
about
they
the
obviously
past, because
didn't.
All the witnesses disagree with
They either didn't, or they're just trying to virtue signal for something. It's one of the two. Their ignorance is malice, or they just... or they shouldn't have voting rights if you're that stupid and you don't know the facts.
even the witnesses that were brought to defend him.
He was minding his damn business when the boys came up to him.
Minding his damn business under a track tent that he wasn't supposed to be in, with a knife in his backpack that he was reaching for, while he was telling them, "Fuck y'all, I'm not gonna leave." That is surely minding his own business, right? I feel like these people are a little bit schizophrenic too, because I'm basing my opinion off of what the witnesses are saying they saw, the people that were actually there. Why are all these people making up stuff like they were actually there? He was minding his own business. So then why are you not on the witness testimony saying this? Oh, right, because you weren't actually there and you're giving us some kind of like hallucination.
Man, would you like to give us the witnesses that said he was just there minding his own business and was not told to leave 15 times? Because that's like the requirements of a track meet. Like the very specific rules of the track meet too was that old people, like old teams, they have to stay in their own tents. They need to have permission from like a teacher to even allow another like student into their tent, or they need like the majority of students in said tent to allow other student in. Obviously, no one wanted him there. Obviously, at least 21 people did not want Carmelo Anthony inside the tent.
Schizophrenic rambles.
Read the crowd. Read the creed. Carmelo Anthony will walk free. Read the crowd. Carmelo Anthony will walk free. Read the crowd. Read the creed. Carmelo Anthony will walk free.
What does that saying even mean? We're the crop, we're the cream, Carmelo Anthony will walk free? I swear to God, you give niggas a megaphone and they'll just say anything.
35 years. If he was right, we wouldn't even be here today. It would have never come to court. It would have never been no handcuffs. We wouldn't be here today. But because somebody didn't know how to go get him a drug like we all are taught, somebody's life was on the ground and somebody's in jail.
So apparently it's the Metcalf twins' fault for not getting an adult to tell Carmelo to leave the tent that he wasn't supposed to be there. Not the guy who stabbed him is fault. And she's saying if a white person stabbed somebody like this, he wouldn't be in trouble. Yes, he would. She's saying that he should have gotten an adult. Why do you have to always involve some sort of an authority to deal with these type of people? Why couldn't the guy have just left the tent? I guarantee you if he would have told an adult to get this guy out of the tent, shit, man, he a snitch. He a snitch, man. What a pussy-ass bitch, man. Snitch-ass bitch, man.
You should have taught your son to go get a motherfucking adult like we know how to do. But that was in his motherfucking face.
Check out this lady's build. How do you get a build like that? Look at her. Jeez, look at her thighs. Oh wait, you can't even see that. Hold on. look at her thighs, dude. Look at how huge those thighs are. How does she have such a huge bicep, but her arm here is so small? Why are her hands so small? She got like that Hassan and Patra build.
You know, get the murder on somebody's child, because that could have been your motherfucking son.
That doesn't even make sense, but you can see she paused here. Maybe she was actually having a thought for once in her life. Also, why does it look like somebody put an iShow speed filter on her? If you guys knew how to go grab an adult, then Carmelo Anthony would have done that and nobody would have been stabbed. I don't see why they have to be the ones to go grab an adult. Yeah, we just get to be problems.
The track meet was filled with a bunch of 17-year-olds. I feel like at that point, you should be able to know how to solve your own problems without needing to like require like a 30-year-old adult or even like a 25-year-old adult. You're nearly 17. You are nearly a adult in the eyes of the law. I mean, in some countries, you already are an adult at 17. You don't need to have a higher authority be like, hey man, you're not supposed to be here. That's the rules. Get out.
And stuff, and we have to be the obstacle. So the narrative from these people that are defending Carmelo are saying that the Metcalf twins, instead of trying to get Carmelo to leave the tent, they should have grabbed an adult. That Carmelo Anthony, what he did was in self-defense, and that these kids that were trying to get him to leave were actually bullies. Bullies of the school, like known bullies of the school. Oh, and they're comparing this case to the Kyle Rittenhouse case, which is completely black and white. Kyle Rittenhouse was shown running away from an angry mob, chasing him with one of them using a skateboard as a blunt object, and the other one pointing a gun at him. They were comparing...
Yep. No, not to mention that that Kyle Rittenhouse really only started to shoot once he was on his back, and they were trying to attack him when he was on the ground. And then he somehow he didn't actually game in the guy with the gun, if I remember correctly either. He somehow actually shot his bicep, having them drop the gun or just not be able to use it because his bicep was in like 8 trillion pieces. Deservedly so. But all right, you know, I'm potato.
To a bunch of witnesses, about a classroom full of witnesses, saying that Austin Metcalf put his hand on his shoulder and said, hey man, you should leave, and I don't want to fight you. For this to be self-defense, the Metcalf twins would have to be jumping him like a Jujutsu Kaisen fight scene. Either that, or they would have to pull a knife out on him and say, if you don't leave, we're gonna stab you. I don't think it really matters either that they were bullies of the school, even if that is true. If that was true, I don't even think that matters. You can't just go up to a bully and stab him in the fucking heart.
From what the witnesses say, they weren't bullies. I don't know, man. Who we gonna believe? A bunch of people that don't even know what happened to Case, or the 21 witnesses that said, yeah, Carmelo Anthony, it was in the wrong.
Not to mention, Carmelo Anthony did not go to the same school as the Metcalf twins, and this is the first time they've ever met. So, like, they're saying that the Metcalf twins were bullies, trying to twist it as if they bullied Carmelo for, like, years on end, and this is finally him snapping. No. This is the first time these kids have ever met each other. I also heard some reports saying that Carmelo Anthony, one of the reasons why he was told to leave in the first place was because he came into the tent to trash talk the teams' football.
This is a great thumbnail. I'm going to use this for a thumbnail. Perfect.
Team and track team. So clearly he was making everybody uncomfortable, and then when he was told to leave, he just stabbed the person. Paris said he didn't notice Anthony when he first joined his team under the tent on April 2nd, but he told the jury Anthony got everyone's attention when he suddenly inserted himself into a conversation about the school's football team. Y'all are ass, he recalled, Anthony saying to the other players. When Metcalf questioned Anthony why he was there, Paris said Anthony became increasingly agitated, allegedly saying, "You're not gonna move me, you're a bitch, and you're gonna have to move me." Paris
instigate the fight once again. And you know what? People didn't even care he was. Look, I didn't even know that. No one even cared he was there until he started making rude remarks to just rile up the people in the tent. Picking a fight. What a moron.
Said it wasn't surprising to see Metcalf intervene. He was always leading and protecting us. Yes.
And this is why he should have gotten the death penalty. But unfortunately, though, probably because he was 17, considered a minor at the time, he did not. Very unfortunate, because now we're gonna have to pay for this guy's living expenses through our tax dollars for who knows how long.
Sounds like a bully, right? If you're wondering why this is first-degree murder, here's why. He asked, "You're not gonna move me, you're a bitch, and you're gonna have to move me," and then when he tried to move him, he just got stabbed. Oh, and if you're wondering who this Para guy is, previous testimony had indicated that Anthony chose the memorial tent because he knew Para. Para testified that he knew of Anthony because he was dating a family friend of Para at the time, but said he didn't consider Anthony a friend. So this is the only guy that Anthony knew under the tent, and he's testifying against him. Can you believe that? Anyways, now that we got that out of the way, let's go to more chimping out for Carmelo.
Free Carmelo. You guys support Carmelo? Yes? Yes? We're just here with press just to record and talk to you guys and see what's going on. Okay. Okay.
Get the camera out of my face. Well, I mean, y'all are, you know, y'all are making a scene. So yeah, now of course we're gonna like start recording you. Are you stupid? A rhetorical question. They are stupid.
Public. You're in public. Okay. Okay. Well, you're in public. I'm just asking. Yeah.
You can't record me. You can't record me. Sorry, you ain't on private property. You're in a parking lot. You can most definitely be recorded. You're already being recorded by like other cameras. But it's only a problem when like the streamers, the YouTubers, or the journalists do it. I mean, it's not like this guy is being like was it? Is it Nick A 30? Neon. I'm thinking of Neon. It's not like bro's being Neon. He's being a dick. He just wants to talk to them, and they're instantly like, no, I do not want to talk. We are not gonna talk. Get out of here. No. Why? Why? What's wrong with having a conversation? You know, that's very interesting, very strange.
The irony of having a tent set up on public property and getting upset that somebody doesn't want to leave the tent while supporting somebody who didn't want to leave a tent and ended up
wow. Call me Tectone because I predicted the future.
Stabbing somebody over it.
Whoa.
Hey, move the camera.
Wow. Oh, wow. Aren't you scary? What, are you? Would you happen to be Carmelo Anthony's auntie? Oh, maybe that's why maybe that's how he learned his manners. Maybe you're who he learned his manners from.
Free speech. Why are you throwing stuff at us? Yeah, why are you?
So they are throwing stuff at him while telling him to leave the tent. By their own logic, he's now allowed to stab them to death. I'm not saying he should. I'm just saying if you use their own logic based off of who they're supporting, he now has the right to do that. And if they were logically consistent people, which, I mean, obviously look at them, they're not. But if they were logically consistent people, they'd have to just be okay with that.
Oh, no. So, man, they're lighting fireworks early, huh? Man, it's only June 14th.
What are these games? Defending a kid who got stabbed to death by another kid? Is this what you mean by games? Oh, wasn't this the same guy at the tent where people were throwing shit at the reporter?
Hey, yo, she's doing the salute! Hey, yo, cancel her! Everybody cancel her. She was doing the salute. We gotta, all right, we gotta cancel her. She's doing the salute, guys. It's terrible. It's totally not an accident. It's 100% on purpose.
white people at? If you love Austin, you would be here. Because you don't care.
You're not a hard ass. You are pathetic. You know what? I think that's an even better thumbnail face. I think, yeah, you know what? We're gonna use this one. This is an even better thumbnail face. You're not a hard ass. You're not a king, you're not a queen. You just look really pathetic and small.
Dude, why is she acting like this is some kind of movie? Also, I just gotta say, you'll see like people like this come out to protest and whatnot whenever it's a black on white crime or reversal. But when it's a black on black crime, you never see these people, which black on black crime is pretty common, but you never see these guys at the courthouses or anything or protesting in the streets, nothing. Wait, you mean a black?
Well, of course, because they can't make it a race war issue then. It's just that easy. It's all about virtue signaling to make it a race war.
That kid might actually go to jail for stabbing a white kid to death. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go schizo out in the streets now.
While y'all recording this, just remember, y'all used to eat us. Y'all, don't turn off the camera now.
Y'all used to eat us. Maybe me. I'm a Native American, but I don't think you guys were there. I don't think your guys were on my land. My ancestors' land. For me to eat you, but okay. Also, cannibalism is looked down upon in every first world country. I don't know, maybe you're thinking of like someplace in South Africa. Sorry, I meant South America. South America, perhaps even Africa. I don't know, man. Like, pretty weird.
Y'all used to eat us. Don't turn off the camera now.
What do you mean y'all used to eat us? That doesn't even make sense.
Hey, so I know this is about a kid stabbing another kid, but remember like 300 years ago when like your ancestors used to eat and make furniture out of my ancestors? I'm sorry, but what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I don't even remember hearing about that. Is that even true? I guess we gotta look this up now. Did Americans make I can't spell furniture. Did Americans make furniture out of black people? Question mark. Let's see what comes up. There is no historical evidence that Americans symmetrically manufactured furniture out of the bodies of black people. All right, so this guy is just schizo. All right, very cool. Good to know. And this is Google Gemini. Like, Google Gemini, it's gonna tell you what, like, the top 5 results are. And if it happened at all, it would be there.
At the end of the day, one kid murdered another kid without race involved at all. And if anything, if you're supporting Carmelo blindly just because you're black and he's black, you're the racist one.
Hey, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. What the fuck you want?
But they never want to admit that.
You and you need to be ashamed. Because that's one of y'all that was in there. You're not going to give a fuck just at your front door.
One of y'all is in there. Murderers? I mean, if you're referring to them because they're black police officers that are protecting the courthouse, and they should be ashamed because of that, what does their skin color have to do with anything? At the end of the day, the kid in there is a murderer. It must be exhausting being this retarded and having to constantly defend murderers, rapists, and other criminals. Like, imagine that.
Yeah, I bet you she's also the same person that wonders why she's broke and why she doesn't have any money. And she probably spends about, like, $400 a week on Uber Eats or Grubhub.
Imagine every time a black kid murders somebody and gets sentenced to...
All right, well maybe more like maybe more like 100. She's kind of skinny. She's not Big Mac size, so it's probably more like $100 in Grubhub Uber Eats, and then questions why she's still broke.
You have to come out of the woodworks and defend them. Like, that sounds like the most exhausting job in the world. I'd also like to say that whenever a court case like this comes up, it causes a mini race war, and instead of it being, oh, somebody murdered somebody else and that murderer needs to be put in prison time, it becomes white versus black, and for some reason, even if the black guy is completely in the wrong, like there's not even a little bit of wiggle room there, it becomes racist to say that he deserves to go to prison. I'm not racist. I don't hate black people. I do disagree with this group of black people right here.
I ain't racist either, dude. I want a black tomboy sugar mommy wife one day. I don't want any of these like people in the crowd here. They definitely, I can tell you, they ain't my kind of type. Their personality, we definitely wouldn't match. That's my dream. But yeah, I got a lot, but people, I don't know, maybe that makes me a little racist. That I'm not as interested in dating my own, like, culture, my own race. I don't want to date, like, another Native American. It's not completely out of question. It's not completely no. I mean, I don't want to really date a white blonde woman either. I'm just not into them. I'm just not physically attracted to them. I am physically attracted, though, to muscly women. Specifically, I'm also attracted to black ladies. I mean, they're hot. You can probably chalk that up to me watching, like, Shin My Mono Testament and Zest, if you really want. But nonetheless, I don't know. Maybe you can say that that plays against me being racist.
Though, and I am questioning their mental sanity and if they're even able to properly participate in our society due to the takes that they have. But
oh no, they definitely could not, like, actually properly participate in our society if we forced them to take a test every time we, like, had every time they were asked to vote. If they had to take a test, an IQ test, it would not be allowed. But unfortunately, everyone's allowed to vote. We can't just make a test to stop stupid people from not voting, because that's bad, because everyone's supposed to be allowed to vote. I don't know. I think we would have a lot better policies if you at least had to have, like, an 80 IQ, and that's not even that. That's, like, actually, that's below average. As far as I know, average IQ is, like, around 100.
I wouldn't say I hate them. Same goes for this guy. This guy's showing up with a Confederate flag and a bunch of political posters that have nothing to do with the case. This guy is just as retarded as the people across the street.
What a bozo. Look at this dude. I agree. I think what he's saying, I kind of agree with it. Global warming is a lie. Yeah, I mean, Jeff Bezos literally changed his mind about, like, a couple months ago. That's a socially acceptable thing to say now. Close the border. I mean, yeah, anybody that actually wants to have a functioning society doesn't want to just have everybody who wants to come in and out. I mean, if I can't come in and out of, like, I don't know, Sweden, why should we allow the same things? I don't even know what this says here. Pray to aborting? A trans is a lie. CPS. So, I mean, again, dude, this would make sense if you actually showed up to, you know, a parade that was about that. but bro just looks like Colonel Sanders in the middle of nowhere, trying to, like, talk about how his restaurant 30 miles away is open.
Black people supporting Carmelo Anthony. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with any of these posters that he has. I'm just saying this is the wrong place and wrong time, dude. And there's a lot of black people on social media that have spoken out against this group of black people that are defending Carmelo Anthony.
Why are people acting like this is the fucking Super Bowl of race wars? This is not a fucking sporting event, okay? It's not about your team versus the other. And I'm tired of hearing people fucking get upset with me, a black man, for calling out the bullshit, right? Okay, take color aside. Let's pretend like both of these boys are mulatto, okay?
Crab in a bucket mentality. You're not allowed to say the facts, or you're racist, even though you're the same color as me.
We have mulatto guy here, puts knife in backpack, goes to a track meet where fucking mulatto guy here is at. Whatever this guy said to him, it doesn't matter. You don't get to stab somebody to death because someone said fucking mean words to you, okay?
I agree with this guy, but I think it's funny that the person who stabbed somebody is also the one that was hurling the quote-unquote mean words as well. So he was the main agitator, the main aggressor.
He's not even right. But he's not, yeah, this guy here's not even right about the facts of the case. And he's more right than all the people protesting outside the courthouse.
Somebody on top of that.
Bring on the Uncle Tom comments. I don't give a fuck. Because when Chud the Builder got in trouble, I criticized him also, okay? Like, Chud, you don't get to go out and criticize people and harass people and not expect for some crazy shit to happen, okay? All right? It's not a fucking, it's not hard. It's really not hard.
This is kind of the take I have.
I think it's kind of acceptable to punch somebody. Like, I don't believe physical violence should be completely outlawed. You know, if someone is being a dick to you and they just continue to be a dick to you, yeah, punch them. But, like, you know, if a guy just says, like, a mean thing once and you decide to punch him, it really depends, but I would say like 99% of the time, if someone just says, "Hey man, your team fucking sucks, Lamau," that doesn't mean you should go over to that guy and you should kick him in the balls. That's a bit of an overreaction. Sure, what he said was mean. It was a dick thing to say, but that does not give you the right to punch a dude in the dick for saying you guys suck at playing this game.
As well, I think Chud the Builder is kind of stupid for going outside and provoking fights, and then when somebody finally punches him, he just mag dumps them. I think both Carmelo Anthony.
I don't know anything about Chud the Builder case. I actually am not interested. I mean, bro, from what I heard, bro literally just goes out and just starts saying slurs to provoke reactions. I can't say I'm surprised that eventually somebody did attack him over saying slurs, but I mean, should he gone? Well, should no. Makes sense? Yeah. And then should he have like shot the other guy? I don't really know what else. I don't really know the whole details. But what I'm leaning to is that Chud the Builder is kind of a dickweed, and he probably did not get punched enough in his life. Bro is talking to people face to face, like as if he's on the internet. Well, like he's on the internet. I can give him the fact that he has balls, but I still don't like the guy with just the context, the knowledge I have.
Chud the Builder are getting exactly what they deserve.
You know, I hate to see people fucking arguing and bringing up race in this and supporting their team based on fucking race, regardless of what's going on. Like, look at the fucking facts, okay? The jury got this one right, fucking right on the nose.
That's what I'm saying, dude. A lot of these people that are going to these rallies.
Yeah, they did. Unfortunately, no death penalty, but for the most part, yeah.
And protests are just defending him because he's black. Like, there's no other exception. They're not looking into the.
All right. This lady right here, dude. I love her, dude. She's like the most physically attractive woman here. Unfortunately, though, she's not really smart, so she's already gone. Also, she's a tomboy, so she's also like gone from my dating pool.
They're not researching. They're not doing anything. The only other person that I seen defend them is a virtue signaling white liberal. Is it really that hard to just say, hey, no matter what, I don't think Carmelo should have stabbed that guy unless he like tried to actually kill him, which some people are trying to do the mental gymnastics of, but the evidence and the witnesses just don't agree with you, man. The people that were actually there don't agree with your headcanon that you made up in your head, in your deluded, fucked up brain. Back in 2020, I gave niggas the benefit of the doubt, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that cop shouldn't have had his knee on George Floyd's neck, especially when he's saying I can't.
Damn, he talking about that too? Man, he talking about Saint Floyd? The holy man of the fentanyl? Man, I really am. I really am. I have foresight, and I swear I didn't pre-watch this. Well, I want to hear what he says though. But if you actually, so there's a 15-minute segment that Steven Crowder did to showcase that the knee maneuver done on George Floyd would not have suffocated him. And the autopsy report again says bro was game-ended over because he took too much fent. But everyone wants you to believe that, you know, the cop in the knee maneuver caused him to, you know, suffocate. But again, Steven Crowder, he did like for 5-10 minutes, I think. Maybe it was like, I think it was at least 5 minutes. At least 5 minutes. 15 minutes, they got 5 minutes. He was in that knee maneuver, and done correctly, it does not suffocate you. Even if it's done incorrectly, it also doesn't suffocate you. It's just really uncomfortable. Now, if you really want to say, oh, it's because it was uncomfortable and he had fent in him and it was stressing him out and it caused him. What? Oh no, womp womp, guys. When you take drugs and people do uncomfortable things to you, they like cause bad things to happen when they shouldn't happen. Oh.
Breathe. Carmelo Anthony. There is no way you can defend this. There's no way. There's nothing.
And tell y'all the truth, and I know that the truth makes some of y'all want to peel y'all skin off. I don't care. Start peeling. If you're one of those people who said that what Rick Child did to Cyrus was wrong, yet in the same breath you're defending Carmelo Anthony, saying that he did not deserve to go to prison.
Who's bro talking about?
Rejoicing that Austin Metcalf lost his life. Don't talk to people about what's right and what's wrong. You don't get to talk to people about what's right and what's wrong. Right and wrong does not matter to you. What matters to you is narrative and race. You guys are stupid. The amount of racial hatred that I've been seeing coming from a lot of y'all the past couple of days is truly worthy of something to be permanently purged from society.
It's refreshing seeing people have the same views as me, where he believes that these black people that are blindly supporting Carmelo Anthony.
I actually had no idea what was talking about there. I couldn't even tell that he was like against Carmelo Anthony.
Are just doing so because he's black, and those are the real racists that are a danger to our society.
Maybe I don't think I was paying enough attention or something.
What do you want us to do at this point? What? I'm lost for it. I don't know what to do. I got 5 boys.
What is this? Why is this guy recording this with his whole family? Is that his wife or is that like his daughter?
I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell him no more. You can't walk away no more. What do you want us to do?
I also had 5 boys. She doesn't know what to do after the Carmelo incident. Like what to tell her sons, guys.
Oh, they're all boys? Okay.
Don't stab any other kids.
That's why he's recording it.
You guys can do that? You feel good about that, Lee?
I mean, that's really all it takes. I know this
Base.
is a satirical bit to make fun of that lady, but if you're a good enough father, you shouldn't even have to say that. This guy looks like a pretty good, attentive father, but I'm just saying, like, if you are a good enough father, you don't even got to tell your kids, hey, don't stab anybody. But I appreciate this guy. That was a pretty funny bit.
Guys, this shouldn't be an argument. If you stab somebody at a school event, you should go to jail. Why didn't you just fight the other kid?
Prison. You game in somebody, you go to prison. Preferably you go to prison maybe for like half a year and your game ended. I think that we got to implement like Japan's execution rules where we don't even have to tell you, like, so in Japan when they execute somebody, you don't even have to tell the person when they're going to be executed. Actually, in fact, they just don't tell you. So quite literally, you're like stuck in a small cell. You could be there for like you could be there for like a couple months, or you could even be inside that same cell for years. And then suddenly one day someone comes through the door and says, "All right, time to go bye-bye." And then they have 3 people, kind of like 3 executioners who press a button. One of the buttons is a live button, and the other 2 are dummies. But the fact is that basically the 3 people, they press the button at the same time to execute the criminal. So you don't really know who really did the executing. So there's like guilt split across 3 people. Or the fact that you don't know if you were the one that really did it, it doesn't affect you mentally as bad. I mean, I guess it's just like fun little trivia, but I do believe that, executing criminals, it should just be, okay, we're just going to do it whenever we feel like it. So either like your final day could be tomorrow, or it could be in like 5 years. Who knows? Enjoy what little time you have left on this planet, Mung.
What made it seem as if it was a good idea to stab another child? Why are we fighting over this as black people?
I agree. I think it would have been better if he threw hands instead of stabbing him. But at the same time, I also think
yeah, exactly. Of course it would have been better. Like, yeah, still, I mean, a guy shouldn't be, people shouldn't have a fist fight break out just because you're told to leave a tent that you're not even supposed to be under. Where you basically said, "You guys suck, Lamau." Like, yeah, obviously that would have been preferable, but the fact is that's not what happened.
Best outcome would have been if he just left the tent and didn't have an attitude about it. Anyways, back to the courthouse chimping.
You asked no question, but you try to tell your tax. I know what you try. Wait, stop. Hey, don't put your hands on your chest. Nobody put your hands on me.
Don't put your hands on me! Well, why are you walking toward him? Maybe you shouldn't stop walking towards him. Yeah, I'm gonna put my hands on you. You're coming toward me in a very aggressive behavior. I don't know what you're gonna do. You might Carmelo Anthony me. I don't trust you. Their behavior's erratic. Maybe you shouldn't step forward. Maybe you guys should be staying where you are, or taking a step back. These guys, they're just standing still. They're backing up, actually. If you got hands put on you now, that's your fault.
We all live. Y'all live. We live too. Do not touch me. You back it to me. Where you going, man? Why you walking? Hey, you know you can't come outside no more. I can't come outside anymore? Why?
Stay away from me, dude.
Yo, heartbeat. You scared. Putting that shit in people's face, bro.
Everybody's filming here, man.
Yeah, literally everyone's filming it. Everyone can tell that you're the aggressors here. You're incriminating yourself. If you actually did start landing punches on this dude, you're just incriminating yourself because of the footage.
Because
Bro, this shit's genuinely a
Maybe you shouldn't have walked into the guy.
Left 4 Dead horde. Like, this chick, multiple people actually were walking behind him on purpose so that he would walk into them because he's walking backwards just to try and get a reaction out of him. One of the guys said, you know you can't go outside anymore. I don't know what that's supposed to imply. Is it supposed to imply that black people are going to attack him if he walked outside? And another black person, which I'm pretty sure, once again, this is the guy that said fuck white lives and was at the tent of Carmelo Anthony's family, was saying you're scared while a mob of black people were approaching him.
Wow, wow, you're scared? You're scared? You're scared? Why are you scared? It's only like 20 people to here walking at you aggressively, holding their phones out, talking about how you can't go outside anymore. What are you, scared? You a pussy? They should have both been arrested. Fuck you mean? Literally the guy... What do you mean? The guy that got stabbed, we don't even know his name because no one's covering it. The dude that got stabbed was bled out in minutes. Oh yeah, put handcuffs on the corpse. Yeah, okay, sure, buddy. That looks good. That looks good. That sounds good. All right.
This is another take that I've heard a lot of these people have where they either say that the other twin brother should have also been stabbed to death, or they say...
What? Why? Because they're related? They're lucky this isn't Europe, because in Europe, you'd be going to prison, you'd be going to jail for talking like that. Well, against the wrong people. I guess it's okay if you do it to, like, white people. Because, you know, again, you can't be racist to white people, guys. Remember that? It's just not possible.
They're bragging because Carmelo got 35 years in prison. They brag saying that, oh, he's only in prison while the person he attacked is dead. I guess this is the shit you can say on the internet when your digital footprint doesn't matter because you're going to be on welfare for the next 50 years. I mean, to be fair, do you guys think that all these people somehow took off work at the same exact... were able to just miraculously take off work at the exact same time? Or do you think they just came out of their welfare dens?
Anytime a white man...
Good thought. Or that they're all being paid for by like some company to basically just have them preach all this nonsense that they don't even know anything about.
I think a lot of these people don't realize that self-defense must be proportional, where the law...
Yeah, man. It's if I get punched in the face and I punch the guy back, that's self-defense. Even if I say if I say mean word, I get punched, I punch back, self-defense. If I just walk down the street, I get stabbed, I stab a guy back, self-defense. If I get shot, I shoot back, self-defense. That, you know, just having some guy basically grab you by the shoulder and be like, all right, leave the tent, dude. We asked you 15 times. That is not self-defense to then shank the bro.
Requires that the level of force you use has to be reasonable and appropriate to the threat you're facing. Putting your hands on somebody aggressively, which is a lie. If he aggressively was trying to get him out of the tent, you can't just stab him to death.
Exactly.
I have no relation. We're brothers. We're black. We're brothers.
I think also I think it was just a singular stab wound, but it like hit an artery, and he bled out in minutes.
I'm telling you guys,
I don't quite know the details
of
that.
Every single time a black person murders a non-black person, these people come out of the woodworks to defend them relentlessly, no matter the evidence, no matter the witness testimony, nothing. But if a black person murders another black person, these people are nowhere to be seen. Kindly take your protest to O Block Chicago, please. Like, they literally admit it. Oh, we're only defending him because he's black. We're black. We're all black and he's black. So why do I have to take you serious then? That's not a valid excuse to defend him. This is one of the reasons why our country is so fucked up, because people like this can actually vote in our systems.
Y'all don't see what's going
on?
Just like they doing this to Carmelo, guess what? It could be your child, little kids out here, it could be you.
Actually, no, I agree.
Who brought their kid? Who brought their kid to this? What an irresponsible parent you are. Why are you bringing your kid to a protest? Never bring children to a protest. Any protest. Even if it's about kids.
With her, it could be one of you guys.
Someone called CPS and whoever brought that guy along.
Supposed to and stab somebody and end up in jail. She's actually right here. For once, something this woman has said, the statistics actually back her up on this. It could be one of you guys that commit a violent crime. It really could. Hey, she said it, not me. Don't get mad at me. She's the one who said it, guys.
I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion here.
Hey, look! Nose ring theory.
Dude, literally in my last video, I said the Boondocks is timeless. This woman right here just got possessed by the soul of Stink Manor. Okay, so I don't...
This is also a great thumbnail picture.
Last video, I said the Boondocks is timeless. This woman right here just got possessed by the soul of Stinkmeaner. Okay, so I don't even know what this guy is up to. He's like, looks like he's bouncing on a dick. Like, you just gonna break my shit?
Bro, so you gonna just break my shit? So you gonna just break my shit? So you gonna just break my shit? So you gonna break my shit?
Anyways, let's get into the social media reactions to all this kind of crap.
Was it a switch? I don't know what he had. It was like it seemed like it was a multi-tool, almost like a Swiss Army. Like with like with the little scissors and everything and whatever. So it was small.
No, it was not small. They're trying to label it as one of those Swiss Army knife multi-tools that have a blade of about 1.
Even if it was small, you stab somebody at the right place. You stab a guy in the heart with that. They're like 95% of the time they ain't gonna live. You hit an artery with that, you still probably ain't gonna live. It doesn't matter how short or long the blade is. If you can hit the right area, it's just over. It's basically over unless you have like hospital staff right there ready for surgery.
5 inches long.
It's a track meet, so of course they didn't.
Walmart hunting and camping multi-tool with a blade of 3.5 inches long.
Well, I would argue the size of it alone, you wouldn't even think it's a deadly weapon.
Well, I would argue that since you're a congresswoman of my country, you should do your research before you speak about it publicly. Now, because of you, a lot of dumb idiots like you are going to start thinking that he stabbed him with a Swiss Army knife.
What makes sense is that the knife was only partially opened. There's no way that you can actually stab somebody through the sternum with a partially open knife. It would fold back in on itself. The only scenario that makes sense is if the knife was starting to be opened and Austin fell on the knife like I...
Okay, yeah, sure. Right.
Been saying the whole time.
So, if you stab somebody with a partially open knife, it's going to fold back into itself. But if you fall on the knife, it's not going to fold back into itself. She really thinks that instead of a guy stabbing somebody and then trying to fold the knife he stabbed somebody with back in...
Let me guess. You are a psychology major. I bet you she's a psychology major. And that's exactly why she knows how physics works.
And partially got it done before dropping it, maybe out of fear or out of shock or something. She instead thinks that the guy was pulling out the knife halfway, and then somehow the victim just fell on the knife and died. It just went right through his rib cage and everything, coincidentally, and hit his heart, and he died. Remember this lady saying that they should have gotten the other twin too? Well, here's a bunch of social media posts that are agreeing with her and following that kind of trend.
Good morning, happy Wednesday. It is a great day to be a motherfucking live. I still got breath in my body. Carmelo still got breath in his body.
Lloyd don't.
Austin, I can't say the same, buddy.
Why are these people so mad that he got stabbed? There's no way to make these people happy, you know? If you die the victim, you're still the bad guy in their eyes.
Well, of course they're gonna be upset. They have pathetic, meaningless lives. All they care about is consuming and participating in trends and then consuming new trend and buying product. And then the only other thing that gives them meaning is just, well, trying to defend their own skin color, because, I mean, if all you have is consumerism and trends, you're obviously not high enough IQ to actually have, like, any real hobbies.
If you somehow defend yourself, you're still the bad guy in their eyes. There's no way to live with these people. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Sources that told me that they found Carmelo Anthony guilty of killing that bitch-ass white boy. And honestly, Chet, you can't really expect much in America. I didn't think you would get found guilty, but I'm not surprised by this.
Also, fun thing to note is that you can judge 70% of these people based upon their appearance and know how crazy they are. Like, I would say there was like a couple, like, again, 30% of like the people that were shown so far, they were like well dressed, but they were acting schizo, or they weren't, or if they were acting that, if so they were they were acting schizo, but not as schizo as the people who look like this.
When you know what criminal justice system is and what it's really meant to do, you don't get surprised outcomes like this.
You really gotta fix your dreads, man. They look like shit. Like, not like, they don't look bad. They look like literal turds are on your head, dog.
Nah, that's just quite literally like broccoli hair. Bro ate a bit of broccoli. He bit the stem of the broccoli, but not like all the little, what is it called? The spuds? I don't even know what that's called. Bro bit in the stem of the broccoli, then he looked at it. It's just like, I need a hairstyle like that, and that's what he chose. Always judge a book by its cover.
So we have this guy that's just walking around freely after admitting that if somebody told him to leave somewhere he wasn't supposed to be, he would just stab everybody involved. The only people I can see that benefits in this situation is gun companies, because I guarantee you their sales are going up right now.
Collin County,
Dallas, Texas, Arlington, Grand Prairie, Irvin, Dalworth, Plano, Denton, Keller. It ain't safe for none of you white folks to come out this weekend. I'm giving y'all a fair warning right now. And guess what? It's gonna be a bunch of niggas outside.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Carmelo Anthony? You got cameras everywhere, Carmelo Anthony.
Fucking retarded with a milk dud head and a recessed hairline. What else? Dude, you're really threatening Texas white people, of all people? You really don't think that none of these...
Go to the gym. Shave your head. You don't got any hair up there anyway. Get rid of the beard. You don't know how to pull one off. Your face is not structured for one. Trust me, you'll actually be happy that you'll be happy, and you'll probably actually find a woman in your life that isn't miserable just like
people
you.
Are gonna have guns. Well, this guy decides to go up to some random white guy and just slap him in the face or something.
Hey, what, you on jury selection?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Seriously. No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
He was on jury selection.
He's a vet, dude. He's a vet. He's a vet. He ain't been on jury.
Yeah, the guy that's sitting on the street, yeah, he definitely would be a part of jury duty. Okay, dude.
You gonna die.
This is the society
Ooh, wow, what a hard ass. Ooh.
we live in, dude. Imagine getting rode up on by some hood nigga with some fucked up bicycle that doesn't even have handlebar grips on and getting smacked.
Should go dig his ass up and beat his ass again, then stab him again. Fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how much backlash I get.
Bro, we know you don't care. You're wearing your drive-through fast food headset in the video. Don't worry, buddy. Nobody's out here trying to cancel you, trying to get you to lose your McDonald's job. I promise you, buddy. You can stay where you're at.
Fuck up there in here, Austin. I hope you over there burning up, bitch.
This is exactly why Generation Alpha believes that McDonald's will hire anybody, thanks to like people like this that just record themselves.
Person burning up is your ass in that fast food kitchen. Get my fucking fries in the bag, big dog.
I'm so proud of y'all for killing that white boy. See, they not used to this shit happening to them, y'all.
Are you sure about that?
The only problem is, it should happen more. This is where I'm fucking up. This is where I got a problem with my people. It should happen more. We should make a day, like every Thursday or every Wednesday, where we just wake up and fuck up a white girl or a white...
All right, that's fine. You know, we should have like, you know, a Sunday or a Monday where we just do the exact same thing to you. Oh, no, wait, can't do that. Can't do that. That's bad. That's illegal. So if I flip it the other way around and now it's bad. Interesting. So what you're doing is, you're advocating for racism. Oh, go up, you know, we should have a day, punch a white guy. All right, reverse the roles. All right, we should have a day, go punch a black guy. Does that sound bad? Oh, does that sound bad? Yeah, because it is bad, because either way, it's racist.
Boy, this pig, a little girl smacked the shit out of her. Little boy smacked the shit out.
A little girl, a little boy. Why do you think about kids? I think we gotta have the feds watch you, buddy.
Your people can't even hold the job long enough to get out of the welfare cycle. You really think every single Wednesday or Thursday you guys are gonna have the ability to be on a routine? I wish instead of this guy said, you know what we should do, guys? We should wake up every morning and go into some kind of workplace and provide a service for 8 hours a day in return for money.
Mother, that's called a job.
And then we can use that money to better ourselves and to enjoy our lives, so we're not agitated all the time and blame white people for everything.
We're national fuck white people every day. Seriously, we just beat them up. Just walk up to them and be shit about to change whether they know it or not. They talking all this shit online, this racist shit, but the reality, they're gonna have to get out here with us in a minute.
So no.
I bet you if you actually slapped this guy like 3 times, he would fold over and start crying.
Instead of doing what I had planned, he decides to go ruin his chance of employment even more and fuck up his life even more. Yeah, man, go ahead and do whatever you're feeling, man, and go to jail, I guess. Like, good riddance, man. This is all just starting to feel so exhausting. Like, I'm really genuinely getting fatigued.
You know what it is. Tweet tapping in. Anybody who fuck with me, fuck with my music, you gotta fuck with Carmelo Anthony, man. Justice for my dog.
No one knows who you are. Nobody's gonna buy your shirt. Maybe you'll sell like 5 of those.
It's like coming soon.
Congratulations. You probably have made like maybe $50 on that. I hope it was worth it for publicly shaming yourself by pure accident.
And it wouldn't be a suitable end to the story if it didn't end with a nigga trying to profit off the whole situation and sell t-shirts of Carmelo Anthony.
Well, thank you, Ibs, for once again being a Chad and making a W-Riz video. Obviously, you should subscribe to bro. I like him. Even though he hates VTubers, I like him. he probably hates me because I'm a VTuber, but you know, maybe we can get him to see the light one day, that we're not all VTubers are bad. Just most of them. Just not all. But yeah. Hey man, if you had a good time watching, be sure to like, comment, subscribe.